For years, my dad and I have spent many hours, days at junkyards, weekends even, you know? That's how we spend time. But the funniest thing is every time we go, we always encounter people that don't have the tools or the skill set to take off the things that they need at the junkyard. So just have a little JT Garage video here about how to take off a fender if you are in need at the junkyard. Taking off a fender. Do you know how? Do you know how? I don't. So what are you doing?
Taking out the bolts to the battery box. Because it's got a bolt in there that's holding the fender on.
So you gotta find what the fender is attached to. Is there like a diaphragm or something you should do before you go to the junkyard? Maybe look up the year and make of your car. And
you could Google it and actually find out where all the bolts are and what all you have to take off in order to do it. Therefore, you're gonna save time trying to hunt around. You'll also be prepared with the tools that you need.
So, I mean, sometimes when you're looking at those directions and stuff, it like says standard this or standard that. You kind of want to have, a few sizes, a few options, just in case, because sometimes the cars that you're purchasing, you don't know that they've been worked on by somebody else sometimes, and they might have fabricated some of the screws or bolts and things, so just be prepared.
Yeah, take multiple sizes, but it gives you a kind of idea what tools that you would need if you was to actually Google it.
So what tool are you using? What is this thing called?
Ratchet and socket.
It's a ratchet and a socket.
Right, ratchet.
So it's two tools.
It's actually three.
Three.
Ratchet, socket, and a short extension.
Oh. It looks like everything you need to do isn't under the hood. So you have to be kind of prepared to get on the ground, maybe?
Exactly.
So when you go to the junkyard, sometimes, it's like got all those rocks out there and stuff. So you got to kind of have something to lay on too. Mm-hmm. And you got to be prepared maybe with like glasses or goggles, because you're kind of under the car. The wind can be blowing like it is today. So it's a lot to think about. Look at his body position. You've got to be able to be flexible, maintain, flexibility to be able to get to these parts so you won't be hurting yourself when you go to work the next day. How many bolts have we taken off so far?
2, 4, 5.
5 on number 6, just for a fender. I thought it would only have 2. I guesstimated wrong. As we look under this hood, I see some other things that look way better under here than it does in my vehicle. Yeah. Number 1 being that tube right there, what holds my fluid. Mine's hit, so I think we're going to steal that. My brake fluid thing also is acting weird when I pull it off sometimes. Have you noticed that on mine?
Yeah, just exchange it.
Oh, this one looks brand new. Yeah. What a find. Okay, yeah, I thought I knew what I was doing, but I'm gonna wait on the professional. But I do know it looks new, and I know I need it. So, there we go. Another funny thing, I see a bolt in here. I'm not sure if that's gonna, oh, he already took it out. Okay. All right, cool. Awesome sauce. Well, you can obviously see, like, this is where, the battery is supposed to go. So, I guess anything that was gonna be blocking this. I wonder, if the hood is going to actually stop this process. You see that bolt right there?
Well, I know it's going to have to come off.
The hood's going to have to come off.
No, we're going to have to unbolt that, because there's probably some bolts right here.
Too much. I'm going to look for a sticker or rod to hold the hood up so that he can undo the hood so that we can get the fender off. In all my years of searching, I found it. I think this will do. I come back with the sticker rod, and he's got to be flexible to get up under the truck, and he can't be squeamish about grass. how to get in. See how that works? It doesn't. So we're at the junkyard per se, right? And now we know that some of these cars are going to be wrecked. That's going to prevent us from getting the parts off. So he's got to understand that we might have to pry some things open. Wait for it. Wait for it. Higher. Broke the screwdriver, however, it's open. Junkyard Pro JT Garage. Don't play.
Get the fender.
Yep, so 2 more bolts, that's what we needed. We couldn't get the door open because of the accident at the junkyard. This is what you run into. And we had to improvise. We had to use tools that we found around. So we didn't just use screwdrivers and hammers and the things that we brought. We had to use other things. So he had to go get a longer extension because he anticipated that bolts were going to be where he couldn't actually put his hand. So that's another problem people have when they go to the junkyard. You might have the tools, but you might not have the extension.
Or you might have the tools, but you don't have the experience to mess with the lock to get around the damage.
Yeah, so be prepared for the damage. If you know you're going for a fender at the junkyard, be prepared for the truck or car to be in an accident before it's there. And so there's going to be turbulence and nothing is going to be true, which means nothing's going to be aligned. You're going to have
keys to undo locks.
Yeah. Broke the screwdriver but got the fender. What'd you say?
You can't let the parts win. You have to keep at it until you're able to get that part.
Determination. So you had to move the inner fender to try to get to.
See if it'll get to drop down enough to get to the.
Job well done. Fender off. Additional parts as well. All of the bolts as well. Flexibility, time, patience, Gil.